Sister Wives Kody Brown is finally showing growth. I think he's more self-aware after his divorces. Hell may have frozen over because on the latest episode of Sister Wives, I think we're finally starting to evolve from one Mr. Kody Brown. Kody, the patriarch of a formerly polygamous family, has been reeling in recent seasons after 3 of his 4 wives decided to leave the family. Kody was married to 4 wives for much of Sister Wives' run: Mary Brown, Janelle Brown, Cristin Brown, and Robin Brown. Between them, they were raising 18 children, and all seemed well for the Brown family. The family moved from their idyllic cul-de-sac in Las Vegas to Flagstaff, Arizona, after Kody and his wives purchased a 14-acre property called Coyote Pass, which they planned to build 4 different homes on to live happily ever after. Their move in 2018 was put on pause during the pandemic, and 3 out of 4 marriages didn't survive. Cristin was the first to announce she was leaving Kody, and she was followed by Janelle and Mary. Kody and Robin remain married. On Sister Wives Season 19, Episode 22, we're finally starting to see some development on Kody's part. Cristin left him in 2021, so Kody's had a few years to process his failed marriages. Healing isn't linear, and everyone is on their own path, so it's hopeful to see that Kody is finally starting to come to a place of acceptance regarding his divorces. He's starting to recognize that the more time that passes, the easier it is to move forward. He said that during his divorces, he became self-destructive, and that nearly caused him to sabotage his marriage to Robin. Kody is showing a level of maturity I haven't seen him display before. He's open about his flaws and the way his anger made everything worse when the family was falling apart. I can see why Kody spiraled during his divorces. He's a man who so devoutly believed in the merits of polygamy, he opened up his family to reality television cameras back in 2010. He wanted to be an example to others out there and prove that polygamy could work, so much so that he risked his family being exposed to the legal ramifications of being plural. The family even had to move from Utah to Las Vegas after they went public, since they would have more protection for their unconventional lifestyle in Las Vegas. He has expressed that he feels less valuable now that some of his wives have left, and he worried that Robin wouldn't want him anymore. The divorces didn't just impact Kody, Mary, Cristin, and Janelle. They impacted the entire family. I've literally never heard Kody say things like, "Plural marriage is hard." I thought from my myopic perspective that it was just hard on me. But I failed to recognize what a struggle this would be for my wives. Kody is finally recognizing that even though the marriages seemed fine and dandy from his perspective, he wasn't thinking about his wives, other than Robin. He didn't see them as sentient individuals with wants and desires that he couldn't ever fulfill, and them leaving him was actually the best move for them. Kody is also coming to a place of acceptance regarding his strained relationships with many of his older children. Kody and Janelle's marriage broke down, in part, due to Kody's choices during the pandemic. Kody was so fearful of catching COVID that he isolated himself from everyone, including most of his children, and when Janelle saw that Kody was putting his family with Robin above their family, she decided to leave him. Janelle will always pick her children over Kody. During a Valentine's dinner with Robin in episode 22, Kody tells her about a trip he took to see some of his older daughters. Yes, he still blames his exes for the deterioration of his relationships with his older children, but at least now he's trying to fix them. He told Robin he didn't feel welcome in some of their lives after the splits, but as a parent, he should have overcome those feelings and tried to keep his relationships with his children strong. He didn't, and it caused a lot of resentment. During their Valentine's dinner, Kody was introspective about the impact the divorces had on his relationship with Robin. He said he became so angry, he nearly ruined his marriage to Robin. Robin was going through her own processing of the breakups. She'd always envisioned growing old altogether, so the other wives leaving was a betrayal to her as well, and Kody pushing her away didn't help. "I'm sad because the difficulties of the past 3 years have affected us," Kody told Robin. "I want to apologize for the dark space I went through and how it harmed you. It wasn't fair to you." Kody went on to explain that he was so hurt from the rejection of his wives leaving, he nearly sabotaged his marriage to Robin. "I was so broken. I was self-destructive." Kody finally apologized for the pain all of his wives experienced. His apology is a way for him to take accountability for what went wrong. He's not acting like the victim he has been acting like for the past 3 years. Kody has been doing some processing, clearly, and he's coming to a place of peace with everything that went down. Kody has spent multiple seasons now trying to heal from his divorces. Within that healing, he said very hurtful things about his former marriages. He claimed he was never attracted to Cristin and that he never loved any of them. But this new version of Kody recognizes that those things were said in anger and that he didn't mean them. Kody said he doesn't blame his ex-wives for being angry with him. He was angry at them too. And then he said that as much as he said he didn't love them, he does love them. He just hates this situation. This is the most mature, self-aware version of Kody I've ever seen, and I've watched every single season of Sister Wives. The episode ends with Kody saying he hopes that someday they could all be friends. Time really does heal all wounds, and Kody's growth is proof of that. For over a decade, fans of Sister Wives have watched Kody Brown navigate, and often stumble through, the complexities of plural marriage. From his early days as the confident patriarch of 4 wives, Mary, Janelle, Cristin, and Robin, to the more recent unraveling of his spiritual unions, Kody has faced growing criticism. He's been called controlling, dismissive, emotionally unavailable, even narcissistic. And, to be fair, a lot of that criticism has been earned. But something is shifting. Watching Kody this past season, I can't help but think, is he finally growing? Don't get me wrong, Kody is still Kody. His hair might be thinning, his temper still flares, and his tendency to deflect blame hasn't entirely disappeared. But buried beneath his usual bravado is something surprising, a flicker of self-awareness. It's as if the dissolutions of his marriages with Cristin, Janelle, and finally, officially, Mary cracked the mirror he used to see only his version of reality, and now he's being forced to really look at himself. It's evident in the way he talks about Cristin these days. Once, he might have called her a traitor for leaving him. Oh wait, he did. But more recently, his tone has softened. There was that sit-down in the family backyard where he admitted he hadn't tried hard enough with Cristin. I didn't know how to love her the way she needed, he confessed, his voice low, almost humbled. It wasn't perfect, he still had his guard up, but the words didn't come wrapped in the usual sarcasm or blame. That's growth, even if it's slow. And then there's his dynamic with Janelle. She was always the logical one, the woman who preferred independence over romance. And yet her leaving seemed to rock Kody more than even he expected. For the first time, he seemed to grasp that a wife leaving isn't just about betrayal. It's about years of unmet needs, communication breakdowns, and emotional distance. He stopped trying to convince her to come back, which might be the biggest sign of growth yet. Kody has always been a fixer, but now he seems to understand that not every broken relationship needs mending. Some need releasing. What's most compelling, though, is how he talks about himself now. Kody has started using words like grief, loss, and failure. In the past, those emotions were usually projected outward. Someone else was always to blame. But recently, he's admitted that he doesn't know who he is without the structure of plural marriage. That's a huge admission for someone who once believed his family was a divine calling. Now, he's confronting the reality that his ideals may have hurt the very people he claimed to love. It's painful to watch, but it's also real. Even Robin, his remaining wife, seems unsettled. Their bond is still strong, but there's a distance in her eyes now, perhaps from guilt or from realizing she's holding onto a dream that no longer serves anyone. Kody, who once insisted on family unity above all else, now openly admits that unity might not be possible. He's not forcing his remaining children to pretend everything's okay. He's not guilt-tripping Robin into saving face. Instead, he's sitting with the discomfort of disappointment. That's not something the Kody of 5 years ago would have done.